So I now turn the floor over to the moderator of the next panel. Her name is Natalia Mochu. She's the head of the regional office of the International Telecommunications Union, and they will be discussing girls in ICT and leadership in satellites. So Natalia, over to you.
Virgil, thank you very much. I hope you can see and hear me well, and let me extend my warm welcome to all the participants and our panelists that will be introduced quite shortly for this, as you said, last session of the day. Stay tuned with us because I've listened a bit to your session with interesting discussions, quite on a technical level, and now we'll probably bring a bit of more social aspects into the conference. And let me thank warmly the organizers, the International Organization of Space Communications, Intersputnik, for arranging the conference and these particular sessions. So without further ado, I would like to move on into our session, and I would invite our speakers to turn on their cameras. I see some of you. My name is Natalia Mochu. I'm the regional director of the International Telecommunication Union for the CIS region. And I am in the ICT, so to say, industry for 22 years now, and have been with the ITU in this position of the regional director for more than 4 years now. As mentioned, our session is dedicated to girls in ICT and leadership in this sector, specifically satellite sector. And this roundtable that we have now is organized by Intersputnik, International Organization of Space Communications. The roundtable is a continuation of the series of events with the participation of the ITU that are dedicated to support young girls and women that are working in the high-tech industries. As you might know, over 10 years now, the ITU, in collaboration with our ITU member states and our partners, holds annual celebrations of International Girls in ICT Day. This year it was 25th of April, and these events specifically aim to inspire and encourage girls to pursue education and career in science, technology, engineering and math, and in other related fields, as well as to participate fully and effectively in digitalization and technological development. And although we know that women now fill about 40% of high-skill occupations globally, their participation in the ICT-related field is still quite low. They are nearly absent from software development and engineering, technology research, creation of artificial intelligence. We see these numbers growing, but still low compared to men. They also tend to leave science and technology jobs higher more than men. The International Girls in ICT Day 2024 of this year had the theme of leadership. And while there is a leadership gender gap in every industry, the largest gaps are found in the STEM fields. Women are less likely to hold an executive position, to become ICT entrepreneurs, or be represented among science and technology policymakers. Again, we see the growth of these numbers, but still they are quite low at the moment. Among the main barriers to women's full participation in ICT and their leadership roles are limited abilities, workforce discrimination, financial opportunities. For girls and young women to thrive in STEM career, they need to have role models, the ones that we have today on the panel, and be exposed to successful women in leadership positions, especially in our tech sector and such a complicated sector as satellite. So today we have with us women of different generations, business representatives, regulators working in the telecommunications and satellite industries to participate and support our discussion in this roundtable. We would like to discuss with you, dear panelists, the role of women in our industry. Since most of our current audience is, I'm hopeful, young girls working in companies and organizations of Intersputnik member countries, we would like to hear your opinion about the prospects for career growth for young generation, for young women, and the difficulties that they might face. What about qualities and skills they need to have in order to succeed in competition with their men colleagues? And we would love to kick off our discussion today. So let me introduce our panelists. Ms. Caroline DeVos, co-founder and Chief Operational Officer at neXat. Caroline, with us. Thank you very much. Ms. Revathi Manneppalli, member of ITU Radio Regulations Board, Joint Wireless Advisor in the Wireless Planning and Coordination Wing of the Ministry of Communications and Government of India. Welcome. Ms. Sahiba Hasanova, member of ITU Radio Regulations Board as well, leading advisor at the Ministry of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan. I hope Sahiba is with us as well.
Natalia, I am here.
Yes, welcome. Ms. Maralbek Aichurok, Chief Specialist in Radio Frequency Spectrum Department of the Service for the Regulation and Supervision of the Communication Sector under the Ministry of Digital Development of the Kyrgyz Republic. Welcome, I see you are with us online. And Ms. Khadra Farah Mohamed, Telecom Engineer at Dalkom, Somalia. Very warm welcome. Hello, I see you. So at the beginning of our discussion, I would like to ask each of you to make a very, very brief introduction of yourself. How long have you been with the industry? What education you have received that led you to this position? And what position you are currently, well, I've mentioned this, what positions you currently hold, but nevertheless, let me start with Caroline. Please, a short 1 minute.
Yes. Good afternoon. I guess we can say good afternoon. Can you hear me well? Yes. Okay, perfect. So my name is Caroline. I am from Belgium. I'm from Belgium, half Austrian as well. Well, I work for neXat, a company that I have created together with 3 other partners more than 13 years ago now. It's a company in the satellite telecommunication business. Well, the way to there was not straightforward. I have been a candidate astronaut for several years. So I'm aerospace engineer. I have a degree in physics and degree in aerospace industry. Went to the International Space University. So because I had a goal, I was really focused towards a goal, and this is already one message, an underlying message for girls who want to achieve something. If you have a goal, go for the goal. Well, then this goal, I couldn't achieve it. I have not been twice. I have been almost, but never really astronaut. So I had to change direction. I decided to focus on telecommunication, satellite communication, yes, from market studies, we found a gap, something that we wanted to realize together with some friends, really, and we created the company neXat.
Oh, this is fantastic, Caroline. A candidate astronaut, this is just totally fantastic. Even a candidate astronaut, this is, I think, pretty amazing. And then founding the company. Revathi, please, a minute of your introduction.
Thank you, Natalia, and very good afternoon. I have 28 years of experience in the spectrum management while working with the Government of India in various capacities over a long period of journey. I have expertise in the terrestrial spectrum as well as satellite spectrum. I can say terrestrial spectrum is option of the spectrum, and satellite, all satellite coordinations. And India, we have been sending satellites to Moon and Mars, even the Sun, all the communication satellites. I'm involved in that spectrum management. And my education is, I'm basically an engineer, that is a graduate with electronics and communication is my specialization, with a more specialization on communication. I also did my MBA in public policy management while in the service. My department has sent me for that. And currently, I am next to the topmost person who is a spectrum manager in India. I'm directly reporting to him. That's in brief about me. Thank you.
Very, very pleased to meet and to have you on the panel, Revathi. And I understand why you are the IT Radio Regulations Board. You know, one of the 12 people on Earth who are members of this very important board of the ITU. Sahiba, let us move to you. Please share your introduction.
Good day to everyone. Natalia, first I would like to thank you for inviting me to this session. I am an engineer. I did my bachelor and master degree in the Faculty of Telecommunication and Radio Communications. I worked at the Azerbaijan Technical University as a head of laboratory, as a lecturer, and later I worked an engineer at the radio, TV broadcast and satellite communication unity. I have been awarded with the Progress Medal by the President of Azerbaijan and 4 honorary certificates from our ministry, RCC Medal and Azerbaijan Women Award Diploma. I am a member of advisory board member of the Network of Women for WTDC and also jury member of the IT Generation Connect Young Leadership Program. As you mentioned before, I am an RRB member. I have been elected for second term and I am the first woman RRB from the ITU Region C and the first RRB member from the Azerbaijan. Currently, I work at the Ministry of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan and represent my country at the ITU and other international meetings and the bilateral satellite coordination meeting. Thank you, Natalia.
Thank you very much, Sahiba. Well, yes, indeed. And it's a great honor to have two women RRB members in this panel. And even your experience already gives us hints on how to build a successful career. Thank you very much, Sahiba. Maralbek, please, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone, dear colleagues and participants. My name is Aichurok. I'm the government worker. I'm the chief specialist of the Spectrum Management Department of the regulatory body in the communication sector of Kyrgyz Republic. I graduated the State Communication Agency University, specializing in radio communication, broadcasting, and television. I also have master's degree in Ihwan Women's University in Seoul, South Korea, on the capacity building program on gender equality. With a major development cooperation, I have 11 years of work experience in ICT sector. So my main responsibilities are analysis of electromagnetic compatibility in fixed and fixed satellite services. Also other duties related to the satellite systems in the Kyrgyz Republic. So nice to see you all. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much, Aichurok, for your introduction. And I did name you by last name, so my apologies. But I think it's not a very big deal. And with your experience, you might be the next RRB member in some years to come, right? So great to see you, Khadra. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Please, the floor is yours.
I hope you heard me well.
Yes, we do. We do. Please.
Thank you very much. You corrected my name well. Thank you. My name is Khadra Farah. I'm telecom engineer. I work with the Dalkom, Somalia. I did my both bachelor degree and master degree in telecommunication. So I've been working here almost from 3 years from this company. Telecom Somalia is the first company to provide the submarine fiber optic cable, and also not provide the fiber service, also from satellite services. But I work in as a transmission and network engineering in department. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and glad to have you on our panel. So, dear panelists, as we are discussing the leadership and the skills and approaches that are needed to develop and to grow in the tech sector, I would like to pose several questions to you and invite you to share or to share your thoughts based on your experience. So the importance, and my first question to all of you would be the importance of women leaders in the tech sector to your opinion, and why do we need more women as role models? What are your thoughts or insights on this question? Caroline, maybe we can start with you.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. Listen, I will be honest since the beginning. It's a little bit, there is some duality in the question. Because yes, there is a difference. This is something I will not contradict. Yes, there is. Yes, I have faced it. I still face it. With the age, maybe a little bit less, right? But I have faced it many times. On one hand, I'm very happy that we have the opportunity to really underline this difference, speak out, and make sure we are heard and seen, so that the next generations will be treated equally. And on the other hand, I always have this little voice saying, but the more you do this, the more you confirm the difference, while there should not be a difference. But this being said, so this is really a little bit an insight which I have. But this being said, why? Yes, it is true. There is sometimes discrimination. There is sometimes there are difficulties for women. I will give some small example in my career. Not about the selection process of women and men. This is something which is very, very, very put into a matrix. But I will give you an example. On a fair, if I'm standing there with my 3 colleagues, my 3 partners, with whom we have created the company, and we are on a booth, which is very nice. You know what? Women, they like things to be nice, things to be neat. They don't like to have like cups of coffee on the tables left and right. So we clean this up. We just do it because we are women. We think about it. A man would do that. That would be seen as bizarre. So what happens is that I get the sticker. I'm the coffee woman. I'm the hostess on the booth. Then this is really already something that shows that there is a difference in behavior between men and women. A woman is maybe on a naturally more open for, the big picture of things. They are not only focused on, we always love with these differences, saying that a woman is multitask and a man is not. We make jokes about it, but this is true. I can talk about business and make a planning about a project or whatever, but in the meantime, make sure that the planning is neat, that is readable for everybody, understandable for everybody, etc. I know one of my colleagues is listening. She's a girl. I'm mentoring her, and I'm sure she's laughing because I tell her, put another color here. So this little aspects of women, bringing some creativity, bringing some lightness into business. This is really fundamental to make things change. This is really, for me, it is regardless of gender, we should be able to be creative. A woman brings more ideas, less strict ideas. This is really something which I think is fundamental. And it's not easy because people laugh at you. This is something probably answering another question, but the answer here is to be yourself, be a woman, and be proud to be a woman in this man world. This is true. It is a men's world.
Thank you, Caroline. We can see that you really lived through this experience as you were moving from one stage to another. Revathi, do you want to share some of your thoughts?
Yeah. Thank you, Natalia. You have already opened that. You said already there is a gap, gender leadership gap in all the verticals. And you can see, especially in the STEM sector, it is more science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We'll come to that. There are some biases, unbiased, implicit biases and explicit biases. When you come to leadership, what I see is, fortunately, I was following your earlier seminars also, earlier panel discussions today, because I know I'm very much interested in the satellite technology and satellite spectrum. So I wondered why I could not see any women in this panel. That happens. That is always there. See, the people are taking a decision where 50% of the women, 50% of the population is women, around 50%. And that 50% is not equally contributing at the leadership level. That means the diversity and culture is missing, inclusivity. So now we have to bring that so that actually it is proven that diverse groups bring more outcome than the homogeneous, more results oriented. So now what I see is we should have more women leaders because I can tell my own example. When I joined this department from my service, I'm not the first woman, but I have seen a lot of women, they've joined and they've resigned, they went for because of some other reasons. They were getting other jobs or some other issues. Then I was being given some court-related works. My then boss said, oh, no, I don't want a woman officer. Because it's not that they don't want to discriminate, because I need to work late night. So you have to develop that woman. You have a role model. There are so many role models. Then people will say, yes, if she can do, why can't I do? That becomes a more, you will get connected. So we should encourage to get more role models, make them available. They say, yes, you can do many things. So that's my view. We should get more people.
Thank you. Thank you
get
very much,
connected.
Revathi. I think it's an inspiring example indeed to be more open and more inclusive and get more people to and ourselves behave as models to someone who might be looking and learning from all of us. Sahiba, any insights from your experience, please?
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Natalia. First, I'd like to thank Caroline for a wonderful speech and my colleague Revathi also for inspiring speech. As you know, tech sector is one of the fastest growing industry playing crucial role in almost every other sectors. All of us know women can do same thing that men do. Promote each other, help each other, communicate from their own network, mentor younger colleagues, and seek advice from the role models. Nowadays, women are getting equal opportunities to represent themselves in higher positions of the tech industry through their professional qualification in the information technologies. Having female role model in tech will greatly help increase the desire for the women and to get into the tech sector. Role models are vital in getting women into the technology field and inspiring the next generation of women leaders in technology. We need more women, as Revathi mentioned before. We need more women as a role model today to motivate more future leaders. To digital gender gap will continue to widen all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sahiba. And I think I thank you for mentioning these very important words of helping and supporting each other. I think this is vital to create this environment of trust and support to each other among women, and that will help a lot. I do agree with you. Aichurok, would you please share your views on role models and women leadership from your experience?
Thank you, Natalia. So if the flower doesn't bloom, do you blame the flower or do you blame the environment? If this plant didn't bloom, do you blame the plant or you check the environment? Or are you going to check the soil, or are you going to check the light, or are you going to check the air around it, or the humidity? Because that's the reason why the plant grows, right? So every girl in ICT is a flower, but if the girl in ICT are not growing, or they're not spotting or blooming the right way, what is the environment? So the environment for the flowers in ICT, the good leaders and role models. We need role models because when the girl at the point when she wants to give up to build a successful career in ICT, or she's in a weak energy, she will just look at the role model, and it will give her energy and belief that she can do the same path, or when the girl is on the point choose between the career or marriage, like again she will look at the role model and she will find out that she did the both, and that that girl will have thoughts and courage that she can do the same, and also she will have someone whom she can address the questions and the doubts. The good women leaders will build a safe working environment for the girls in ICT. Also, the good leaders will give support and courage and give an opportunity to express the potential of the girls, experience in different aspects and others. So I think we need a good women leaders and the women as role models. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aichurok. Well, again, as other speakers were mentioning, this mentoring of younger colleagues, creating a safe space. But to add on this question, a thought for our thinking and a call to other participants here on the in the conference, men participants in the conference, that I think it would be actually great to have not only women leadership supporting more girls joining STEM and ICT industry, but also men leaders who would be equally supportive of more girls joining the teams and growing into their career. I think it's very important to generally have all of us understanding the importance of this aspect and be indeed supportive to especially young girls that are starting their career and might be doubtful or might have challenges, right, to pursue their dream and their career. Okay, now, Caroline, I would like to raise a question to you, as you are co-founder of the business. You might actually know more than the others. Do you agree that women have less financial opportunities compared to men?
In the past, yes. I mean, I'm speaking about the region I'm working in, so which is the European region, I would say Western region. Then I absolutely do not know the rules on other continents. In the past, when I started, when I started, I had like for sure 15%, 20% less than my male colleagues. Around the year 2000, I must say things started to change with some ethical rules, especially because they were linked to big associations, such as, for example, the European Space Agency or the EU. Now, our sector in the satellite communications, it's quite a niche market, but we are very much, I would say, linked to these big organizations, European Space Agency, EU, etc., GovSatcom. And in order to be able to work with these institutions, associations, you must show that your company has like equality rules in terms of salaries, in terms of and transparency, in terms of also amount of people that are taken on the payroll. So in our company, it's absolutely the same. It has only to do. There is only a difference that is made on a type of responsibilities and education or level. But there is nothing related at all to gender. This is in our company, it's absolutely not the case anymore. And I think in most of the Western countries in ICT, it's not the case anymore. But it is not trivial. It is not trivial because, payment, the pay slip is one of the motivations. But it's not only that, it's also responsibilities. And if we speak about discrimination, it's not only financial discrimination. And even though you have the same salary as your colleague, sometimes I still feel that people are listening more to men than women. Sometimes a woman says something, maybe says it too softly, too nicely, with too much empathy, then nobody reacts. And 5 minutes later, someone else says exactly the same, and it's a male, and he has been shouting, and yes, that's the answer. This happens. this happens. It has been frustrating me so many times. I had tears. I was like, and then you get to hear, oh, you are too emotional. And then it's like, come on, you know, guys, get alive. This is not the reality. So I think financial in our region of the part of the world, there are a lot of measures that have been taken, which I'm glad for. But there is still a lot of work in terms of giving the roles, accepting that everything coming out of the mouth of the nice lips of a woman has even more value, or at least the same value as what comes from a man.
Thank you so much, Caroline. And indeed, as you say, things improve. Measures are being taken, but let's turn to another, as you were mentioning, you know, on the European continent. Let's turn to another continent. Khadra, Farah, what do you think on this matter? Do you agree that women have less financial opportunities, or your experience is different?
Thank you very much. I totally disagree that one because of the women should get fully financials from the tech industries, whether she is doing because she's doing the same assignment as the male. Why she doesn't take the equal payment from that? Because they think that she come up with the low qualifications, low skills with what she is doing. Because of that, we can say that enter the gap. The other things we can say work-life balances. Maybe she has responsibility at the house. They say, oh, she's doing another thing at the house. She miss out maybe for sick leave, or maybe she missing out for another issues at the house. That's why they say let's give her some small payment for that areas. We can say a lot of things. They think is that the women's for the one they investment for some companies, even they give low percentages because of they think, oh, she's the woman. Because we have to remove that areas of she's the woman. We need to some organizations, some individuals, people, some government to support those women to increase their payment of salaries. We remove that issues at the area, at the zones.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Khadra, Farah. And we see that the experience and the approaches, you know, from these two examples are so different, and there is still much work to be done to, well, introduce this balance in probably all the aspects that relate to women's presence in ICT field. So as we are running a bit short of time, I would like to pose the next question to Revathi. Revathi, how do you think how to fight women's stereotypes and biases in tech?
Thank you, Natalia. I was just closely following my co-panelist. It's very nice. See, we know because of historically cultural, religious, and social, there are explicit and implicit biases built into this. And generally, if you see, people think maths is the subject of the boys, not the girls. General, that is tendency. It has been changed and it is changing. But still, then how to overcome this? There are multifaceted approach we have to take up. One is with sensitizing the employer. They should sensitize. They should say, that's what Carolina was telling. Even I have faced it. When you go and tell, because it is, you are not there in that room, occupied by men. Suddenly women started entering it. They see you, first you yourself feel little insecure. You are art woman out. Then when you started talking, then you always have to need to prove that you are right. You need to tell three times. Whereas a man, it is not like that. One fellow says, other fellow blah, blah. So that knowingly, unknowingly is happening. We need to sensitize these employees. Another important point, I'll take only 1 minute or half minute, that is gender blind decision making. When you are promoting the people are giving the leadership roles. I'll tell you, even you are extraordinary in the department. If you are a woman, people try to see if she's gone maternity leave, she may not be there for 1 year, how to manage. And she may not stay after 8 o'clock in the evening or night. She may not be available because take care of the family. those indirectly decide whether they'll be giving you a critical position or not. Though you will be getting the salary, then the government and all salary-wise, there is no discrimination, your remuneration, but your position, important projects, important schemes which you are interested to do, there is a little challenge. So we need to sensitize. That has to be brought up from entire ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very insightful. Thank you. Dear panelists, now again, as I mentioned, we're a bit short of time. That's why in my last question to you, I was intending to ask for 3 advices, but in your interventions, you've mentioned so many insights and your experience. So I would ask you kindly to give one advice for young girls who are now listening or will be watching, of how to build a successful career in the ICT. What should or should not be done? One advice, very shortly. Caroline, let's start with you and go one after another.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to wrap up my 3 advices in one advice. So if you are listening and you are already in the ICT sector, I suppose you know already that you have the skills, the technical skills, some technical skills. But on top, what is really my advice is that you continue believing in yourself, be proactive, advocate yourself, be really the advocate of yourself, and do this with a mentor. Look for someone who can help you to be yourself and go for it. That's maybe just my advice.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Revathi.
My advice, don't let anyone discourage you from achieving your dreams, and be little thick-skinned. Be ready to accept negative feedback. Go ahead with your dreams. That is my advice.
I see Virgil is shaking his hand in agreement. Sahiba, your one advice.
I will be very shortly, and I have 3 advice. Work hard. Don't forget Parity rule. Plan everything and be strong. Believe in yourself.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. Aichurok, please, your one advice.
Sometimes you will have, like girls will have something that they can do it or get stuck. At this point, support yourself. And after when you've done it, you'll find that it was not scary at all. You should go out your comfort zone. The success is always out of the comfort zone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for reminding this to us. Khadra, Farah, one advice from you.
It's muted.
I will say that young girls, ICT girls, hard work and be yourself, self-awareness and self-esteem. And mentor, you have to be have a mentorship. Be surrounded with people who help you, to empower you, to encourage you, and also take as advantage, take as vision, like the girls who hold knowledge and IC industries. That's all I say.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for these wonderful, inspiring words that you have shared with us. Now, as we almost close to wrapping up the session, I would like, of course, from the side of the ITU to share just extremely briefly with you what we are doing in the ITU to support the women in tech, girls in ICT. And if we have some slides on the screen, I would really like to go through them briefly. Yes, I see the slides on the screen. So let's move to the next slide, and I will be speaking quite fast. So the ITU is really committed to support the girls in ICT and bringing gender equality within the ITU as an organization, but also worldwide in the industry. So we work quite a lot on digital skills. We assess and try to build policies and capacities around embedding gender in the digital policies. We have a handbook on mainstreaming gender digital policies, and of course work on mentorship, webinars, sessions, etc., to increase the knowledge and the leadership skills of women. On the next slide, What we currently are doing, and I invite you to take a look at these websites that are presented on the ITU resources. If we slide to the next. Okay, so one great initiative is the Equals Partnership that is supported by many global organizations, UN agencies, and that is co-led by the ITU, which works inclusively to develop also ITU academic courses that can be taken online. So please check out the ITU Academy and generally the Equals Partnership. You'll find it easily on the internet. Also, we have various different initiatives, such as, for instance, Women's Entrepreneurship Accelerator, which also provides additional trainings and skills to develop entrepreneurial skills for women in digital. So you can find the resources online on the links, and I think this will be disseminated. And I think if we go to the next one, I would like to draw your attention to the Handbook on Mainstreaming Gender and Digital Policies. You can also take a self-paced course. And this is not for women only. This is for men as well, who are developing policies to support and introduce gender aspect into the digital policies. As well, you can benefit of the workshops and online course on this handbook. And let's go next. Besides, we do several different activities in various tracks, various areas of the work of the ITU. For instance, in GovTech, we dedicated part of the program to train women to work on e-government services. In cybersecurity, similarly, Women in Cybersecurity Mentorship Program, and so on and so on. So it's important, we find it important to not just speak of women leadership or women's engagement in ICT sector in general, but actually provide specific products tackling various interests of women in ICT sector. And maybe this can be a start of an idea to have a women in satellite industry mentorship program or something of the kind. This is just, kind of throwing it into to our audience and to our organizers to think about such program. Right. And I think with this, I'm done with the slides, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So if you check the Equals Partnership, you'll see many organizations that are supporting this initiative. And I would invite your organizations, if you are interested, to express and to join as a partner of the Equals initiative and contribute to this global movement of bringing more women into tech. Thank you very much. With this, I think I'm done with the presentation. And to finish our roundtable, which was very inspiring and so supportive and so safe to speak up for all of our speakers, I would like to invite our organizers to play a video of the Secretary General of the ITU Secretary General's address that was made on the International Girls of ICT Day on the 25th of April, but also very relevant on every day, to hear her message to all of us on this very important topic. Colleagues, can we have the video on?
April 25th is Girls in ICT Day. This year, we're focused on leadership and how the international community can support women and girls everywhere to become leaders in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Leadership is so much more than holding a job title or a position of power. It's about harnessing the power of ideas and innovation, and the ability to navigate change with confidence, whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or head of state. Our shared digital future needs women leaders who are not just technologically skilled, but visionaries, with a voice to advocate for a more inclusive, equitable, and sustainable world online and offline. As we continue to witness unprecedented digital transformation with the rise of AI and other emerging technologies, we simply cannot afford to keep leaving half the world's population behind. Right now, just 21% of all ICT ministers are women, and only 32 out of 165 ICT regulators are led by a woman. In the highest positions of government, gender equality will not be reached for another 130 years. In the private sector, women technologists occupy less than a third of positions and face a pay gap of 21%. Just 22% of AI workers globally are women, and the hiring rate of women in tech leadership roles has stalled. When we look at C-suite roles in STEM, just 1 in 8 is held by a woman. I think it's high time to turn all of this around. To all the young girls out there, the tech sector needs you. Your ideas, creativity, and perspectives are essential if gender equality is to become a reality. We need you to step into leading roles, to challenge stereotypes, and to contribute to building a digital future that benefits everyone. To the international community, let's empower and encourage more young women than ever to step up into the world of STEM. Let's invest in their education, mentorship, and skill-building opportunities so that they can not only succeed, but thrive as digital trailblazers. Let's celebrate, support, and inspire our girls on Girls in ICT Day and every day, because they are the leaders of our digital tomorrow.
Very much. Thank you very much. And with this, let me once again thank our fantastic panelists and thank Intersputnik for organizing this session in the neXat conference.